Hello friends, hello kids, how are you all? Hope you all are doing good. So welcome to my channel RR Kids. So today we'll be discussing about a story that is Jack and the Beanstalk. So this is again a fairy tale. This you can see how it looks like. This MRP of the book is ₹50 and I brought it in a series. You can see there are a lot of books are there already. So this is a beautiful picture book and fairy tale. So the story is about Jack and the Beanstalk. So what do you mean by beanstalk? So can you see the beanstalk is generally means it's kind of a beans which keeps on reaching heights. Means it's just kind of a the beans plant or the tree just keeps on moving to the reaching to the heights and tops. I mean it just it's too tall. Basically it's too tall. It's kind of a stem of a bean plant. You can see these are the stem of the bean plant. It just keeps kind of creepers, keeps on growing bigger and bigger, like you have seen here. Right? So here you can see in the book it has not given. Okay, now before reading the story, I just wanted to know if have you read the story earlier, or do you have any idea about the story of Jack and the Beanstalk? If you want, you can share with me, and if you already know the story, then you need to check and know if this is the same story or not, right? So let's go and hear to this story. This is how it looks. In a small cottage near the woods, there once lived a widow and her son Jack. So in a small cottage near the woods, means there were nothing but just the tall trees, there lived once a widow. A widow means a lady who is not having a husband, or due to some accidents her husband died. So no father, only mother, and her son Jack. So name of her son is Jack. They were poor folks and struggled to make a living. So as the father was not there, the father was already dead, and so the mother and the child Jack were very poor. In earlier time, those time, so what happened, the men, generally the father, used to go to work and earn some money, and the woman or the mother remains at home to take care of the child, to take care of the house, and do something, some activity, or do something being there at her house. So it was earlier, it happened like this. So this was the reason why the mother and the child were little poor, as they were not being fed anymore by his father or her husband. They were poor folks. Fox means friends. Fox means friends. And struggled to make a living. So they worked hard to they were struggling, they were working hard to leave. Jack was a simpleton who was naive and trusted everyone easily. So Jack, being a small kid, was a simpleton. Simpleton means he was stupid. He was very silly. It's kind of not smart. He was a simpleton who was naive. He was even naive. He was very innocent and trusted everyone easily. He was a fool, but also he was a simple boy, and he was a small boy moreover, and trusted everyone easily. So he just trusted everyone easily. He just couldn't see whom to believe, and whom to not. This added to his mother's woes, means difficulties. So this, due to his naive nature, mother faced some difficulties because he was after all a kid. One by one, the widow sold things in the house for money to buy food. So everything, whatever she had at her home, she just sold all of them one by one for the sake of buying food. First went her silver ring, then the copper kettle, and even the pieces of furniture. So first she started with a silver ring, which was expensive. Then she has sold her copper kettle, a kettle made up of copper, and even the pieces of furniture. She had some furniture like sofa, table, and bed. She has also sold all of them. At the end, there were only left with a cow. So there was nothing else with her to sell. Only there was a cow. Can you see the cow here? She only had a cow with her. The mother called Jack one evening and told him, "Look, son, this cow is all we have now to sell." So the mother called Jack and said, "Son, we don't have anything else at our home to sell. We sold almost everything, and this is the cow that we only have now to sell. Go to the market and sell it for good money. So now I need your help in something, that is, please go to the market and sell this cow for some good money." So when you sell this cow for some good money, at the end she had left with this cow, and then the mother explained it to him like, I was only left with this cow, and now it's time to sell this cow for some good money. At least it will bring some food to our table for a few days. So she just said that if you sell this cow, then we will get some good money, and with that money we'll be able to survive for few days. So that was her thought. Next, Jack set out happily for the market, leading the cow by the rope. So the mother has given her a rope to lead a cow with rope. He soon forgot all about his mother's warning to not get cheated as he skipped along playfully. So his mother, like always, has warned him to not be fooled by people. If somebody you met with, do not sell it for low price, because this is all I have now to survive. If you bring good money, it will take me a quite number of days to arrange some food. So please do listen to me, keep my words, and do as I say. His mother has asked this thing to Jack, her child. But Jack was really playful. He didn't take it seriously what his mother said. So he soon forgot all about what his mother said. His mother's warning not to get cheated, as he skipped along playfully. Then he met a strange looking man who stopped him and asked, "Is this cow for sale, young lad?" Young lad means young boy. Young master. Lad means master. Boy. So a strange looking man, so this is the strange looking man you can see. He met with a strange looking man who stopped him and asked. He just stopped him and asked on his way, "Is this cow for sale?" So the strange looking man asked him, Is the cow you are taking along with you is for sale? "What is your offer, sir?" asked Jack. Then upon his asking, "Is this cow for sale?" Jack just shown his kiddish behavior and said, "What is your offer, sir?" He was not very bad about this. He has asked. He has expected some honest thing from him. So that's why he said, "What's your offer, sir?" Definitely he is not expecting a low thing. Means he has asked sir for some offer, good offer. So he asked him. The stranger did not utter a word. But yes, he asked, "Sir, what's your offer?" But the stranger did not utter a word. He didn't say anything. He took a small bag from his pocket and handed it to the boy before leading the cow away. So what did the stranger do? The stranger took out this bag. You can see the bag from his pocket and handed over to the boy and took away this cow, leading away by the help of the rope. But till now the boy have asked, "How much? What is the offer?" But the person has not said him any offer, but he's handed him over the bag full of something which the boy didn't see and has taken the cow along with him. Delighted that his job was done so quickly, without a long walk to the market, Jack skipped home in a jolly mood without a glance at the contents of the bag. So when Jack was very delighted, means was very happy to get a bag heavy full of bag from a stranger who took the cow as well with him, and so quickly his walk is over now, what his mommy has asked him to do, and he even didn't had to go on a long walk to the market. So he just went back to his mommy at home, who was waiting for him to bring some good amount of money. So in between that, after weighing, he thought, as he has given me some bag full of something, there might be something good. So he didn't even bother to check what is inside this. He didn't even bother to check how much money or how much the price is given. So let's see what is next. Next, The mother was surprised to see the boy back home so soon. Hoping for a good bargain, she eagerly opened the bag and peered inside. Alas! So the mother surprised to see boy back home soon means the mother was really surprised to see his son back so soon. She was little bit surprised to see, or even you can say she was a little bit shocked to see her son back home so soon. She was just hoping that his son did a good bargain. Hoping for a good bargain, she eagerly opened the bag and peered inside. Like the boy, the mother also thought, like, if I wish this time my son had got some best deal. Alas, all it contained was 5 shining beans and no silver coins. So at last they found in the bag there was 5 shiny beans. The 5 shiny beans, but no silver coins. There were no silver coins, but there were only 5 shiny beans. You foolish boy! You are no good to all. No good at all. You have sold the cow for a few useless beans? She shouted. So here the mother is also not wrong. This time the boy have again proved her that he was a fool. He was a fool. So out of this anger, when the mother could found some shining beans, the mother just threw and shouted at Jack like, you are no good at all. You have sold the cow for a few useless beans? Actually, what will she do with these beans? She shouted. And what did she do then? In a fit of fury, means like in a fit of anger, when she was truly very angry, she rushed to the window. She just flew to the window and threw the beans out onto the tiny patch of grass near the cottage. So she just dropped all the beans through the window. So Jack was miserable too. No dinner again tonight, he thought sadly as he climbed into the cold bed. Even Jack was a little bit tired and also sad that he couldn't do it this time. He tried his level best, but nothing could happen. He just thought that today also we couldn't manage to have some dinner and need to go without having my dinner tonight. And he went to his cold bed. Having said here, cold bed means is having no mattress. So we just need to go and sleep with the cold bed. So what did he find here? Let's find it out. Next morning, when Jack woke up, there was a huge shadow over the house. As he leaned out the window, he could not believe his eyes. As he leaned out of his window, he could not believe his eyes. So when the next morning Jack opened his window, upon seeing a huge shadow, he just leaned out of his window, and to see such things he couldn't believe to his eyes. In the patch of grass where his mother had thrown the beans, there now stood a huge beanstalk which seemed to touch the sky. Can you see this beanstalk as if it is leading to sky? So you are saying the mother, the mother has thrown some seeds yesterday night, and that turned into a huge beanstalk which seemed to reach to the sky. It's kind of a magical. Certainly, those beans from the stranger must have been a magical beans, he thought. So that means these are not some ordinary beans, but were the magical beans. That's why it reached to the heights of the sky. Jack was curious to see what was at the top of the beanstalk. So then Jack did not stop here. Jack was very anxious and curious to see what is at the top of the beanstalk. Where is it ending? His frightened mother tried to stop him, but Jack was already half up. He started to climb up through his window to the beanstalk and to the tree, just in a wish to see the top of the tree, what is there, or what is the end of the tree. He just kept on climbing, and her mother was little bit worried, but up to her words, means when the mother tried to stop him there, but he has already reached to the half of its height of the tree. He climbed some more and paused as he saw a castle shining in the sunlight. So he just climbed more and more, and then he saw a shining castle in the sunlight. He climbed on and knocked on the huge doors of the castle without the slightest fear. He just kept on climbing, and upon his climbing towards the top, he could see some shining castle. There's a castle up there which was shining due to the sunlight. He just kept on climbing, and then upon reaching to the doors, climbed up and reaching to the castle, he just knocked the door, and the door was very large, very huge, of the castle without the slightest fear. This boy has no fear of doing that. He just went on top, knocked the door, and went on to the heights and tried to knock the door of the castle and went ahead. Let's see what happened next. The castle was the home of a giant and his wife. So the castle was the home of a giant and his wife. When Jack knocked the door, the giant's kind wife let him in. So when Jack knocked the door, the giant's kind wife. So the giant was might not be good, but his wife was very kind, very soft. So he just opened the door and let him in. On hearing that he was too hungry, she fed him and asked him to run away before her cruel husband returned. So she just said, like, come, if you are hungry, have some food, but go back, because my cruel husband will be back here any time. So you should better rush to your place once you finish your food. While he was eating, the giant came back. Oh my God! While the Jack was eating his food, the giant returned home. Then what did he say? I can smell someone in here, and I'm going to kill him. Soon the giant arrived. He just said, I could smell someone is here inside my house, and I'm going to kill him. He roared in anger. Jack hid behind the cupboard in fear as the wife pacified and fed the suspicious giant. So the wife was really the wife had pacified him and fed him some food so that he will forget after food to look at someone who is hiding at his home. After the meal, the giant opened his sacks of gold coins and began to count them. Then he lay on his giant bed and went to sleep. As his snorts grew louder and deeper, Jack crept out of his hiding place, tiptoed past the sleeping giant and grabbed a sack of gold coins before running away. So Jack has taken this opportunity so well that he just tiptoed, but slowly he has taken a baby steps without making any noise, and he could go out of the room. Slowly he just grabbed one sack gold coins. Like you can see, there was a sack full of gold coins, so he just could manage to take one sack full of gold coins and just flew running away. He climbed down hurriedly and handed over the gold to his waiting mother. So the mother was waiting there for him to see and meet Jack. So he just hurriedly went down and handed over the bag full of gold. She was delighted to see her son safe, and for the next few days they lived happily with plenty of food. So the mother could arrange some food for his son and herself with the help of that gold coins which his son brought it from the giant's place. A few days later, Jack went back to the giant's castle. So after a few days, Jack went back to the giant's castle. His wife once again fed the boy and asked him to leave soon. So again his wife fed Jack with some good food, but he has asked to leave soon. Suddenly the giant walked in with a roar, and Jack hid himself under the bed. So this time also Jack could hid himself under the bed. As the giant paced around looking for him, his wife managed to calm him down with soothing words and a hot meal. So again this time also, can you see the castle over here? So it is way too far, and the boy is going through this way. It is in zigzag shape and reaching to the castle. It's too far. It's like it is in the sky or in the clouds. So here what happened is suddenly the giant walked in and roared, and here also this time the wife managed with some hot meals, serving him some hot meals and some good words which had kept the giant calm. And then he flew. But this time what he brought? This time after the meal, the giant took out a hen from a basket and set it on the table before him. Lay, he shouted, and pluck. So pluck means suddenly, means immediately. He just put that to lay. To us means there was a hen, or there was what did he say, that a hen, he's asking to lay some eggs. So let's see what is it happening then. What will happen next? The hen laid a gleaming golden egg. So the hen doesn't give any normal eggs, but it provides golden egg. Jack was watching this unusual scene with wide eyes. As soon as the giant fell into a deep sleep, he stole the hen and rushed down to his cottage. His relieved mother was happy to their good fortune, but warned her son not to climb up the beanstalk again. So, like mother, she was too much worried about her son. She has asked her son not to do all this anymore. She just asked him to be there with her all time and do not fall in any trouble. So this is what is going to happen next. I think the devil is following. So let's see. But after a few days, Jack wanted to go back to the castle. and try his luck once again. Once again, he was fed by the giant's wife and narrowly escaped being caught by the giant. From his hiding place, he watched in fascination as the giant brought out a magical harp. This is kind of an playing instrument that played beautiful music all by itself. So, it was a magical instrument which played itself, which the giant had. As the giant slept, Jack grabbed the harp and began to run away. But this time, suddenly, the magical harp cried, "Help! Help! I am being stolen, master!" So the harp was magical harp. So it just cried, "Help! Help! I am being stolen, master!" So the harp only informed to his master, this giant, that I am being stolen, so you could help me. Someone is taking me far from you. The giant woke up with a roar and began to chase Jack down the beanstalk. So this is why he is chasing Jack on the beanstalk. But the boy had nimble feet, unlike the huge clumsy giant. So the boy was taking baby steps, and it's kind of small steps. He was a small baby, and he was a giant, huge body. With the magical harp clutched under his arm, he ran into his cottage, grabbed an axe, and began to chop down the beanstalk. So he started to chop. The sooner he just reached to his place, he took an axe and began to chop down the beanstalk. The stalk and the vines came crashing down as the giant legs were too heavy for the beanstalk to take the hold. It just, when he started to cut, so it just broke down, just went down. The stalk and vines came crashing down. So did the giant with a loud thud. With a loud sound, fell on the ground. Thereafter, Jack and his mother lived happily with all the riches that the beanstalk and brought them. So, this is the story about Jack and the beanstalk. I hope you liked it. So, this is it. So, here you can see both the mother and Jack lived happily ever after, because the beanstalk which the mother has threw one day had led them to survive for some few more days in a better way, a better style of living for a few number of days. So this is it about the story Jack and the Beanstalk. So I'll meet you tomorrow with a new topic, with a new story or a new rhyme. Till then, take care.